Tyson Bagent and DOnta Foreman are the new mayors of Chicago. These two guys led an offense today against a respectful defense and won 30-12 at home in Chicago. Darrick Evans also ripped it up for Chicago today. Thank God this guy is back. The defense is also back after 3 strong performances in a row. Jaylon Johnson gets his first career pick 6. Wasn't the only interception of the day, and Chicago has won 2 of their last 3 games. Hello, welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Bears are now 2-5 after their Week 7 win against the Las Vegas Raiders at home. Chicago looked like a real NFL football team today, and they beat a team that was 500 entering this game. You don't want to be happy about this win? Get the hell off the show. If you're here to celebrate, welcome and thank you for joining. Before we begin this video, hit the like button if you're excited about this win. Put your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already, if you please could, hit that subscribe button. Thank you everyone who came to our first ever tailgate at Soldier Field today. It was so great meeting you all, and stay tuned, we got a ton more coming up soon. So let's get into today's game. Would you call it the Tyson Bagent game or the DOnta Foreman game? Both guys who were lower on this roster. In fact, DOnta Foreman was a healthy scratch for 3 weeks in a row at one point. Ripped it up today. Let's start with Tyson Bagent. The rookie quarterback out of Shepherd was 21 for 29 today with 162 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, and also 3 rushes for 24 yards. On one of those rushes, he also mocked the Raiders defense, which I absolutely love. But I almost called it. I said 20 for 27, and guess what? He went 21 for 29. This kid doesn't go for the big play. He goes for the plays that work. He goes for the plays that make things happen, and he plays the game well. Does he deserve to be the starter of the Chicago Bears? I don't know, but it was a great win today. Can he do it again next week against the San Diego Chargers? I'm sorry, the Los Angeles Chargers? Who knows where they're going to end up? They move everything. Very well could happen. I could see it happening. This team is hot. This team's before him. He got the game ball today. I don't know, man. This kid is turning out to be pretty special. His lone touchdown pass was to his guy, DOnta Foreman, who was leading this offense today as well. Foreman had 16 carries for 89 yards, a 5.6 average with 2 rushing touchdowns. And then receiving-wise, he had 3 catches for 31 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. The guy who was a healthy scratch shouldn't be a healthy scratch. He was hurdling over defenders. He was juking out guys. He was bulldozing over people. DOnta Foreman is a legitimate NFL running back, and he needs to get a ton more playing time. Nothing against Khalil Herbert, nothing against Jaylon Johnson, but this guy deserves to play. And on top of it, there's another guy that deserves to stay on this roster even when those guys come back, and that's my man, Darrynton Evans. Evans had himself a hell of a day today. 14 carries for 48 yards, pretty good moving the chains, but when he did, he was exploding on this offense. He made things happening, making the defense on their heels when they threw Foreman back out there and really opened up the game for him. He was a great out route for Tyson Bagent today as too, and he did everything so well. Then they got DJ Moore going a little bit more today. 8 receptions for 54 yards, a 6.8 yard per catch. Not the greatest, but he was expanding the offense because guess what? Darnell Mooney got some touches today, 4 for 38. Again, Bagent doesn't throw it far, guys, but guess what? Mooney was moving the chains, getting things done, and really getting a flow in this offense. But Tyler Scott, man, he was out there too. He's a favorite target of Bagent because they've worked together so much in practice. I like that they incorporated it into the game plan. He had 2 catches for 19 yards, but hey, they were moving the chains and making this kid work. And I want to give a shout out to the offensive line. They allowed 2 sacks today against a team with Max Crosby. And yes, one of those sacks was the Max Crosby. But this team did so well. No Braxton Jones or Cody Whitehair. A lot of people were concerned about Lucas Patrick, who really has struggled snapping the ball. And then no Nate Davis again today. And Darnell Wright, who was banged up, to only give up 2 sacks against that tough Raiders offensive or defensive line. Pretty damn impressive. Bears were able to go 8 for 13 also on 3rd down. Pretty awesome. That the Bears have struggled with a lot this year. They were 0-1 on 4th down, but that's fine. In total, 323 offensive yards today, 150 passing yards, 173 rushing yards for a 4.7 yard per average. And man, this offense looked good today. Let's go over to the defensive side of the ball where I was even more impressed. A respected Raiders offense with a tough wide receiver group that involved Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. Bears, yes, they did not have their starting quarterback out there today, but hey, it doesn't matter. You got those two guys out there, they'll make you a Pro Bowler. Jaquan Brisker had 10 total tackles today against this Las Vegas team. He was not letting anything get by him. Tremaine Edmonds with 8 tackles, including an interception, back-to-back games. Love to see that. Kyler Gordon with 7 tackles today. And then Jaylon Johnson with his first career pick 6. Along with that, he comes back and gets another interception on the next Raiders offensive drive. Justin Jones had himself a nice sack today, the only sack of the day for the Chicago Bears, but this defense was making life hell for the Las Vegas Raiders. Elijah Hicks had some nice pass breakups. Jack Sanborn had some great tackles in the backfield. And overall, this team, they were just cooking and they were eating, and that's why they got the dub. Tyson Bagent gets the game ball, very well deserved considering how much he's overcome. And I can't wait for this upcoming Sunday's game against the Los Angeles Chargers, because guess what? Bears could go and win 3 out of their last 4 if they win at SoFi Stadium and be 3-5. And guess what? They're starting to flirt. We're getting a little hot. Thank you, as always, for all your support for Just Another Year Chicago. We're just getting started. It's a Bears win. We got more breakdowns for you guys coming up here. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down, baby.